This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Security guard charged for bank explosion remanded and is still hospitalized. Calvin Hill, the security guard charged in connection with the ATM explosion at the Scotiabank in Port Antonio, Portland, failed to appear in court today because he remains hospitalized. Hill, who is charged with arson, count, housebreaking, and creating public mischief, was remanded until June 3 when the matter will again be mentioned. The court was told that he is without an attorney. The Bank of Nova Scotia in Port Antonio was rocked by a massive explosion shortly after 4 a.m. on April 23. It was later discovered that 2 ATMs at the front of the financial institution were destroyed, along with the main hallway. The police later discovered a man lying in an incinerator, all blooded up with a broken leg. He was rushed to the hospital and admitted under police guard. NIDS will replace identity verification by JPs, says Green. The National Identification System card will replace the need for the Identification Service of a Justice of the Peace. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, has announced. Green, who has responsibility for digital transformation, said the card, once presented, eliminates the need for any other proof of identification in accordance with the National Identification and Registration Act. So we are doing away with the requirement for the Justice of the Peace to say that you are who you say you are, said Green. He was making his contribution during the sectorial debate this afternoon in the lower house when he made the declaration. A news expose confirmed that rogue JPs had been charging Jamaicans to verify their identity. The news reported that JPs in several parishes had not only been charging fees for their services, but were lying in letters of recommendation they wrote for complete strangers. The investigation resulted in one of the rogue JPs surrendering his seal. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck at that time also declared that there would be no amendment in policy or legislation to facilitate the payment or charge for JP services. Meanwhile, Green said in 2 weeks, the government and several financial institutions are to sign a memorandum of understanding to participate in a pilot of NIDS. Green said that this is to facilitate, when NIDS is implemented, a simplified process of opening a bank account. Bail extended for female driver in viral police chase. Bail was today extended by the traffic court for Nicole Williams, the woman who led the police on a chase across the corporate area in April. The chase, which was captured on video, went viral on social media platforms. Williams, a warehouse manager who appeared very remorseful, made her first appearance in court this morning. She is to return to court on Wednesday, June 22. She is being represented by attorney-at-law Esther Reed. Williams was slapped with a total of 5 charges, 4 of which will be heard by the traffic court. The presiding judge, Peter Wilson, dubbed the incident a social media event while explaining that he has not and will not watch the video. Williams was charged with dangerous driving, failure to stop at the request of a constable, disobeying a traffic signal, disobeying a constable signal, and resisting arrest. She did not enter a plea as her attorney was not present and requested an adjournment. Williams, however, has indicated that her position will be one of guilty. The judge told the accused that come June 22, the parties will try to figure it out the best course. He outlined that 2 of the offenses, dangerous driving and disobeying a traffic signal, carry deductible points that will be struck from her license. You are not driving home with your license. 6 months to a year you are not driving, the judge told Williams of what to expect when she reappears in court. Partial disclosure was made in court as the file is incomplete. The arresting officer was not present. St. Anne residents protest over poor road conditions. MP promises repairs. The police are clearing a roadblock mounted in Haddon along the main road between Moniga and Ocherios in St. Anne after residents and taxi drivers staged a second protest within a month over poor road conditions. Member of Parliament for South East St. Anne, Lisa Hannes, said, however, that funds have been approved to fix the road in question and another that has been a cause for concern. Hannah said the road in question at Haddon has been approved for repairs by the National Works Agency in the amount of $13.5 million and has been put to public tender. Another roadway in the constituency that residents protested about some months ago, the Limehall to Claremont corridor, has also been approved in the amount of $30 million, and that too has been put to tender, she revealed. Hannah expressed surprise at the latest protest as she revealed that after the first Haddon demonstration, a meeting was held on May 12 involving her, the police, and the residents, where they were told of plans to fix the road. One protester, who gave his name as Dwayne, admitted to reporters that they were told of plans to fix the roadway, but expressed their frustration at the delay. We do a peaceful demonstration the last time, and they said they get $12 million to help to fix the road, and we've seen no improvement after that, he said. We tried to make contact with everyone, and they say it's on the way now to fix, but they can't say when yet. So we need to know when now. We don't need to hear about next month or the other month. We want to know about it right now, he added. Little Ochi Seafood Restaurant reopened. The Little Ochi Seafood Restaurant in Alligator Pond, Manchester, has been reopened by the Health Department. The reopening took effect on Saturday, May 21. The popular establishment was ordered closed by the Health Department on May 3 for public health breaches. The owner and operator of the business, Everald Christian, told the news that steps were taken to fix the issues. As a result, the restaurant was reopened. Labor Day volunteer survives after hit by bike. Christopher McKay of Rhodes Hall in Kellett, Clarendon, is thanking God after surviving a motorcycle crash on Monday while he was volunteering. McKay, who was knocked down by a bike Monday morning as he painted a curb, said he lost the consciousness upon impact. I don't know what happened. I just know when I awoke I was across the road, he said in a news interview. The volunteer was taken to a doctor and issued with medication. He also underwent a test. He sustained injuries to his shoulder, buttocks, and head. Despite his misfortune, McKay is still enthusiastic about volunteerism, saying he has no reservations about curbside paint jobs. That is my work as usual, he quipped. The motorcyclist who struck him is reportedly well, and the two have spoken and worked things out. I could have died and passed away, and I don't know nothing, McKay said. I am thankful to be alive are his grateful words. Noel Nemard, councillor for the Kellett division, said the incident underscored the need for motorists to exercise greater care. While lamenting scores of lives already lost in road crashes, Nemard said he was grateful that McKay had survived. I was so shaken up when I discovered what happened. To know that he was engaged in the community spirit of volunteerism and could have lost his life in the effort, he said. Nemard said that his team will be following up with McKay to ensure there is no lingering health effects from the crash. Police Sergeant Dennis Guscott of the Crafts Hill Police Station said law enforcers were aware of the incident. We have, however, not received a formal report, Guscott told the news. As at last Friday, 178 persons were killed in traffic crashes. Jamaica Zoo worker recovering from minor injuries. Following the injury of a team member by a lion last week, management at the Jamaica Zoo says the worker is recovering from what, in light of the circumstances, can be described as relatively minor injuries. The zoo also says steps have been taken to improve its operations following the incident and that staff members have received counseling. On Monday, officials from the Veterinary Services Division of the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, the National Environment and Planning Agency, and the Jamaica Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals visited the facility. In a statement yesterday, NEPA said areas of non-compliance with the regulatory instruments were identified and discussed. It noted that the zoo has been issued with 2 environmental permits and a wildlife exemption certificate. The agency said a report of the findings is being prepared for discussion to determine the final action to be taken. Jamaica Zoo said that the health of its animals is paramount and that they are loved and properly taken care of. The enclosures in which they are accommodated and displayed are properly maintained, a spokesperson said. We will take all necessary steps to ensure that our patrons and stakeholders are safe and enjoy wholesome experiences when they visit our facility. Noting that the zoo will continue to cooperate fully with the relevant authorities, The company said that it will provide timely updates to the public in keeping with the advice and the direction of the authorities. Guy calls for more COVID-19 self-test kits in schools. Opposition spokesman on health Dr. Maurice Guy is calling for adequate self-test kits to be distributed to schools to detect COVID-19 cases. Dr. Guy suspects that the kits which were provided to schools earlier this year have been depleted. He wants the Ministries of Health and Education to urgently replenish supplies to help contain the spread of COVID-19, especially with Jamaica now experiencing the fifth wave of the virus. If you see a case come into school and you can test and isolate, you can contain the spread of it within the classroom, within the school, within those enclosed spaces, and that will help to reduce the likelihood of greater spread, he argued.
In this situation we are in now, the government needs to ensure that the schools are adequately resourced with those testing kits and that they use them whenever they see cases. If you see a case come into school and you can test and isolate, you can contain the spread of it within the classroom, within the school, within those enclosed spaces, and that will help to reduce the likelihood of greater spread.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.